Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi! We're the 6th graders from Ottawa Elementary, home of the Titans. Welcome to News 6!
Hi, I'm Brian Reeman from Ottawa Elementary. Welcome to News 6. We have Ida Deemer in the studio with us for our first story.
Thank you, Brian. We take you in our first story to Henry's, one of Ottawa's important attractions. The decor of this restaurant is not only ornamental, it gives customers a strong sense of local history as well.
What got you interested in local history?
Oh, about 10 or 12 years ago, I read a series of 8 books called the John Jake series, or the Bicentennial series. And that was the first time I'd ever read any books on history that was interesting. Even through high school, I thought it was pretty boring until I read these books. And from that, I talked to some older people around the county, and they started telling me some interesting stories about Ottawa and Columbus Grove and Lipsick. And because of that, I started collecting photographs as well as stories, and then I got into signs and other things and started decorating the restaurant with those.
Can you tell us about some of your signs?
Sure. The latest one that I've acquired is a Matthews and Rice Bank sign. It's all out of brass, and it dated back to 1895 when they opened up. It's probably one of the prettiest signs I have. The other one would be the Pandora Railroad sign, and the coloration is absolutely beautiful. That came off the depot in Pandora probably around 1877. And the one that I get probably more comments on than any other is the Rex Theater sign, and that theater was in Ottawa for almost 50 years, and people remember it well standing around the block as they were going to enter it.
What other items do you use in your decor besides your signs?
Almost anything that we can find from the county that's interesting. The Ohio Bank building, it used to be the IOOF building. We've got an architectural print of that in 1902, and it was done on linen, and it's just something that everybody comes up and says, gee, that building looks familiar, because they've all been past it a million times, and they wonder exactly what it is, and you tell them, they say, oh, I should have known that a long time ago. Sometimes we have things like, in the corner we have a copper still, and that's probably the only artifact in the restaurant that is not from Putnam County, but that was from Chicago. We have an extensive collection of Indian artifacts from Putnam County. We have things like metal and wood clothes dryers that were made in Ottawa back in 1910. Almost any antique that might have been used.
This News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of Ottawa Elementary. Ottawa is located 42 miles southwest of Bowling Green. It has a population of 3,870 and was founded in 1834.
We go in our second story to Bev Verhoff, who makes and sells dolls. Her dolls sell in 8 different states now, and she is in the process of hiring another sales representative from California because her next goal is to get them out on the West Coast.
What kind of dolls do you make?
The kind of dolls that we make are country dolls, and they're made from a product that is similar to the corn husk dolls that were made years ago. We do several different kind of dolls. We do dolls that you can hang on your door or your wall. They're about 3 feet long. We also do themed dolls, such as a bride doll or Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus. We do a set of those that we sell during the Christmas season. We also have a mother and child doll that we sell, and small peg and ornament dolls are also ones that we do. And we're working on new ideas all the time.
How are they made?
The dolls are made by a process of using the paper ribbon. It comes in a 25-yard spool, and it's about the width of a pencil, which we have to untwist it and flatten it out before we can do anything with it at all. Then we form a head, a stiff body, arms, and then we cut the paper in lengths according to the dolls that we're working with at the time. They could vary in different lengths.
Can you tell us something about your business?
Our business was started approximately a year and a half ago. It first got started. It wasn't anything that we really set out and planned to do. Like I said, we started on these dolls. That product came out on the market and we were selling it in our gift shop. But as it was hanging on the wall, no one knew what to do with this product. So therefore we gave a class on dolls. We gave one class on how to make these dolls, and that was the only one that we've ever given or ever will give a class on. But we just started getting so much response from these dolls. Everybody wanted them and we couldn't keep up with them.
On Kids View this week, our question is, if it were up to you, what New Year's resolution would you make for the whole world?
Hi, this is Magdalena Rodriguez reporting for Kids View. The question this week is, what would be a New Year's resolution for the whole world?
My resolution would be to stop crime.
My resolution would be to stop wars.
And mine would be to stop drug and alcohol abuse.
In our last story, we focused on the robots that the Philips company is using in their production plant. It was interesting to learn that a replacement is available for the robots at all times, because if one robot breaks down, the entire assembly line stops.
Why is Philips so important to Ottawa?
Philips employs more people in Putnam County than any other company. A lot of people in a lot of different companies rely on Philips for them to make their money. Little companies that supply parts to us, even local restaurants such as McDonald's, they all need the big business of Philips in Ottawa to help keep them afloat making money.
Could you tell us how you use robots?
We use them mainly for two purposes. Number one purpose is to lift the tubes and the mechanical pieces that people would otherwise have to lift manually. This saves on people's arms being tired and their backs being hurt, and also saves on people getting hurt. Secondly, we use them to provide a more consistent quality product. If the robot does it, we know how it's going to be done every single time. Sometimes in a manual operation, you can have different people doing it and doing it a different way. We need to have a consistent application. That's why we use the robots.
How does using robots help in your business?
A lot of times we can use the robots where we can use one robot that took several people to do the job before, and that will allow us to save on money.
That brings this week's News 6 to close. Bye and see you next week at St. Aloysius, Bowling Green. I did terrible.
Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.